In a world where gas prices rise faster than your blood pressure at the pump, one man, armed with nothing but a wrench, a dream, and maybe a rusty socket set, dared to challenge the status quo. Born not in Silicon Valley, but in a dusty garage somewhere in Africa, he didn't attend Harvard, he didn't build a rocket, but he did make V6 engines cry like drama queens in a soap opera. Meet Ease. He's not your average mechanic. This guy doesn't think outside the box. He destroys the box, melts it, recycles it into an exhaust pipe, and launches innovation out the tailpipe. While the world stacked problems like a Jenga tower on a windy day, Ease found answers in dreams. Literally, starved for food, sleep, and common sense, he called himself just a tool in the hands of my maker. Translation: he's the Tony Stark Africa never knew it needed, minus the ego and plus divine Wi-Fi. No drugs, no alcohol, no smoke, just raw brilliance and engine grease for blood. Jack of all trades, master of everything, master of vibes. Then he disappeared, vanished, poof, gone, like a mechanic Batman, leaving behind only the legend. And one haunting question: what did he do to that 200cc motorbike engine? Coming soon, Torque of Destiny, the Ease Protocol. This time, it's personal combustion. Breaking news: African mechanic turns motorcycle engine into V6's worst nightmare. Engineers confused cars in therapy. Good evening. In today's shocking development, a humble African mechanic named Easy has reportedly committed what many are calling vehicular wizardry. Using only a 200cc motorcycle engine, spare parts, and what appears to be divine intervention, he turned fuel efficiency into an art form and left V6 engines questioning their existence. He just stared at the engine for 3 hours, said one eyewitness. Next thing we knew, the car sounded like it just got baptized in motor oil. Sources confirm Ease is not a Harvard graduate nor an MIT alum. In fact, he barely sleeps, skips meals for sport, and says his engineering solutions come to him in dreams. When asked for comment, he simply said, "I'm just a tool in the hands of my maker." Authorities are still unsure whether that's philosophy or flex. Interestingly, Ease neither smokes, drinks, nor partakes in any chemically enhanced thinking. Experts are calling this concerning, stating, "All geniuses are supposed to be slightly dysfunctional. This guy is just brilliant. It's unsettling." Nicknamed the Tony Stark of the Third World, Ease reportedly obliterates the box instead of thinking outside it. When asked about the Western world, he replied, "They're in a cage with Netflix, calling it freedom." Following his stunning invention, Ease mysteriously disappeared. One theory suggests he may have gone into hiding due to overwhelming levels of common sense. Another claims Elon Musk sent a drone to politely acquire him. And the billion-dollar question on everyone's mind: what did he do to that motorcycle engine? No one knows. But one thing is clear: your 3.5-litre engine just got outclassed by a motorbike with God's signature on it. I taught my kids to applaud the champions while singing praise to God and for of this genius that is shaking up the industries as we speak, but was shocked when saw them clapping hands when Mosquito sings or Flyby. No, yeah, things changed. Even more interestingly, who do girls see before clapping their gigantic butt for? Let's go back to business, shall we? The stringent rules and regulations in automotive isn't just there for emission control, it also controls speed and what controls speed also controls fuel consumption. Let me start by asking, how many turbocharger has been destroyed making horsepower, torque in different shades, forms, size, big? I mean, really big and gigantic, Jesus Christ, hundreds of thousands maybe? Don't even get me started with how it cost arms and legs to get your hands on one. You know, it seems to me that the biggest job in Western billion and zillion science laboratory is obviously not just to make the best or durable cars or no, it's actually quite the opposite, know the best, better and good, then bring the worst of all to the table that will keep everyone playing carrot donkey trick. If you look at what we have in the past, you will understand what I'm saying. Forgive my intrusive introduction with a touch of practically aesthetics of this mind-blowing innovation. That is how it is when I got here. Forget your turbo, nitrous oxide, superchargers, engine tune up and down. Just consider doing any of all that to be like throwing a big party for pigs. Why? There's a new player in town that is mean, bold, and brutally aggressive. He don't dance along with the Matrix. The last time I checked, he is not a fan of bandwagon group of associations. His name is also not found in list of universities, graduates of PhD, DND, Prada, Fendi, Gucci, Versace, Adidas, not that fancy name you will see in your physics textbook or United Nations of Gamers. No, he's just another badass that is brutally disruptive. Before I forgot to mention that he is not interested in going to moon or patent-seeing Western validations. No, he has choosing the Xi Jinping quite ABD brutally aggressive to uppercut things in the most lovely way that sends shockwaves into the heart of big automotive industries and their lovebirds government. Yo, I am Dr. Cool. I've taught different approach to solving increased fuel consumption problems and improved performance. However, this video today will change your perception about ICE cars. A brother from another mother has just dropped a bombshell that is here to inspire and spark the hell of genius out of you. And he's not bluffing. 2025 has been quite an iconic year for African youths. The way Africa is rolling out powerful innovators and invention that is challenging the established order is intimidating as it makes the Western engineers of Harvard and MIT look gimmicks. From the king of the innovative, undisputed Maxwell Sangolani, Chikumbutso self-powered technology that is the ultimate solution to our energy needs, to prosthetic guy in Kenya, water-powered car from South African grade 10-kid Fedu Ele, the self-powered home appliances, back to Kenya Peter Mbiria innovation that is heading straight like a hypersonic missile against the shenanigans big automotive industries. His Maverick technology is rewriting your old die-hard gas-powered car and superbike to roar to life, running better than your so-called new re-innovated model cars at fraction of cost enough to make big automotive industries want to pull the trigger. Because in my critical analysis, what we have as new model cars are re-innovated from best to worst stupid bag nightmares on four wheels that doesn't last longer than politicians' empty promises of building bridges where there is no river. The bucket list goes on as we dig deeper into this endless rabbit holes of African disruptive technologies. You might want to buckle up your seatbelt because this ride will be a hell of a bumpy ride. Cause in today's video we have yet another jaw-dropping, eye-popping gearhead whose hands-on wheels and tinkering with existing technology is putting sweat on big automotive industries and fucking up their romantic affairs with your politicians. Setting up the internet on flames enough to make your thermometer request you put on AC as the heat will be too big to handle without Catholicism consequences. What if I told you that what you have known about fast cars or even your street race cars is rubbish? And it cannot just be super fast, it will cut your fuel consumption by 70%. Yes, it's too good to be true, that's what you will say. Someone from nowhere, absolutely, Mr. Nobody just roasted the automotive pioneer's decade of technological deceit and got you all looking at the wrong way to cut your gas-guzzling monster car. Because the way I see it, for every fuel burned is your wallet by design, unloading your hard-earned cash into another man on suit pocket, and this unending roller coaster of energy dependence and nightmare don't seem to have a relieving sight as to when this madness and insanity will end. Oh, you own electric cars, so it won't hit you. Well said, meet Spartacus of Capua, slayer of your Eve. His new name is Range Anxiety. Now, how exactly is this allegiance of loyalty forged pistons of blah 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 titanium crankshafts? Performance Part will handle this new bombshells of this new African dirty hands on grease that will whisk you away like never before. Imagine how motorcycle becoming so fast like that fiction movie motorcycle chase that now all you need to worry about is no more engine horsepower or torque, but brake horsepower to bring your motorcycle or car to a stop. And that is what this video today is about, to unleash the true beauty beast, unheard, untapped, untamed, just pure raw power that's not politically correct or financially squandered. In this video, we will be diving into a whispers unheard that is shaking the world in the most quiet yet powerful way. This isn't your average rags to riches story that we know is 90% fake most oftentimes. This is the jaw-dropping, fuel-sniffing, torque-bending, Western engineering shaming tale of Ease, a school dropout from Africa who just might have cracked one of the biggest engineering flaws in modern automotive history. Yes, you read that right, a dropout. Ease isn't your lab coat-wearing, chalkboard scribbling kind of genius. He's a hands-on, grease-stained wizard of wrenches, a self-taught mechanic who can diagnose a car faster than your iPhone can load Google. From Toyota to Tesla, this guy has laid hands on everything that moves on wheels. But what makes Ease different isn't just his ability to fix things, it's his ability to question what no one else dares to. Meet the brothers who think in reverse gear. Ease's younger brother, let's call him Obina, is a graduate of industrial chemistry with a brain wired to dismantle atoms if he could. Together, these two are what you get when you mix street smarts with scientific curiosity and pour it into a beaker of we don't take no for an answer. They don't think outside the box. They burn the box, rebuild it with carbon fiber, and then stick a jet engine on it. The flaw Ease found in modern cars. It started with something simple, or so it seemed. Ease noticed a trend. Customers kept complaining about excessive fuel consumption, especially in European and American cars. We're talking Volkswagens, Fords, Audis, Chevys, the whole combustion-powered United Nations of gas guzzlers. Now, Ease being Ease, he ran the diagnostics. No error codes, no check engine light. The onboard computers said all systems go. A 2006 Volkswagen Jetta with a naturally aspirated 1.6-litre engine showed exactly the manufacturer's specified miles per gallon. But Ease wasn't buying it. Something's off, he said. This car feels like it's sipping petrol with a fire hose. And it wasn't just the Jetta, inline 4s, V6s, V8s, even the mysterious V10s from Europe. Ease believed they were all underperforming and over-consuming. And then came the moment that turned him from a local mechanic into a digital messiah, the statement. The internal combustion engine is intentionally flawed. Yes, he said that out loud. His brother Obina's jaw hit the floor, not from disbelief, but from instant understanding. This wasn't madness. This was raw, unfiltered, high-octane genius. Obina didn't just agree, he started reconfiguring drivetrain models in his head like Tony Stark after 3 Red Bulls. They knew what they had to do. The experiment that cooked MIT engineers' cerebellums. Ease didn't go back to the Jetta. No, that would be too mainstream. He picked something humble, a street-legal, single-cylinder 250cc motorcycle, not a turbocharged crotch rocket, just your regular Sunday rider. He made a few undisclosed modifications, and let me emphasize that. No turbochargers, no superchargers, no nitrous oxide, no forged pistons, no titanium crankshafts, no cylinder head remapping, no ECU tune, no aftermarket fuel injectors, not even a goofy Conair filter from eBay, just something he tweaked, quietly, casually, like a chef who adds a secret ingredient and won't tell you what it is. And then the races began. Race 1, David versus Camry. He lined up his re-engineered 250cc motorcycle against a Toyota Camry 2.7-litre inline 4, and he didn't just win, he smoked it, cooked it, flambéed it with extra sauce. You could hear jaws unhinging 3 states away. Race 2, enter the Acura TXL 3.4-litre V6. If the Camry was a warm-up, this was the main event. A quarter-mile race against a 3.4-litre V6 Acura TXL. An engine that's usually busy embarrassing other sedans. But Ease's 250cc Frankenstein didn't just win, it turned that V6 into a crying emoji. People watching couldn't believe it. What the hell did he do to that bike? Exactly. And then came the death blow. Fuel consumption cut by 70%. Let me say that again for the people fueling their SUVs in pain. 70% fuel savings. With no turbo, no EGR valves, no O2 sensors, no MAF, no MAP, no catalytic converter voodoo, just pure, unadulterated Ease-gineering. It was the kind of performance gain that violates the Geneva Convention of Physics. Western engineers cooked, roasted, pan-fried in their own arrogance. Somewhere in a lab in Germany, a PhD physicist dropped his clipboard and screamed into the void. The internet reacts. When news broke, the internet went into meltdown. Redditors became believers. TikTok mechanics started weeping. MIT undergrads began questioning their life choices. Internal combustion engine forums locked threads in disbelief. This wasn't just a performance mod, this was a paradigm shift. An engineering singularity, a middle finger to the status quo of mechanical engineering. Why does this matter more than just speed and miles per gallon? What Ease has done isn't just about making a motorcycle go fast or sip less fuel. It's about exposing how deeply entrenched inefficiencies are baked into global car design. Why? Because fuel equals money, and money equals control. The deeper the romance between politicians and big corporations, the harder it is for humanity to break free from the leeching cycle of overpriced fuel and designed inefficiency. Ease's modification not only shattered the limits of what's normal, it screamed at the top of its lungs that we've been had. That maybe, just maybe, some of these inefficiencies were never engineering mistakes, but engineering choices. And that's what scares the West the most. That brilliance no longer needs a lab. That innovation no longer requires permission. That a school dropout with a spark plug wrench and a multimeter can outthink entire research departments. This is what happens when curiosity meets grit. When raw talent is not shackled by conventional education. Ease didn't just question the system, he outperformed it. So the next time you see a humble mechanic tinkering with a bike in the streets of Lagos, Accra or Nairobi, don't laugh. You might be looking at the future of energy, the future of engineering. Because if this is what a dropout can do, imagine what the whole continent could build if given even half a chance.